Dear viewers, happy World Book and Copyright Day to all of you. As you are aware that April 23rd is a symbolic date for world literature. It is the date of birth or death of some prominent authors. It was a natural choice for 28th UNESCO's General Conference in 1995 to pay a worldwide tribute to books and authors on this date, encouraging everyone, and in particular young people, to discover the pleasure of reading. Accordingly, this date was declared World Book and Copyright Day by UNESCO. This year is the 25th year of celebrating this event worldwide. Yes, of course, through online programs due to COVID-19. The main objective of this day is to inculcate reading habits and protect the rights of authors with the enactment of copyright laws. Dear viewers, this day provides an opportunity to reflect together on ways to better disseminate the culture of the written word and to allow all individuals, men, women, and children to access it through literary programs. As you are aware that books play an important role in disseminating education, science, culture, and information worldwide. We have been in lockdown since more than 1 month. Number of readers use printed and e-books at their homes and spend their lockdown time fruitfully. Books have an inspirational, entertaining, and emotional quality. There are books that have changed the world. There is a science called bibliotherapy. Biblio means book or literature, and therapy means treatment. Bibliotherapy, or we can say book reading, can be used as treatment for several diseases. Long ago, an article had appeared in the magazine Newsweek about a lady who acknowledges how she has overcome cancer by reading books, and also wrote a book about her experiences. The books are a good partners in our isolation. Readers have been reading more books during COVID-19. This day also calls us to reflect on the changes in books over the long term and how to protect the words of authors. Dear viewers, format whichever, word is to survive. We may shift from one mode to another, but books have a value which will remain there. The buzzword in the bibliographic world these days is the electronic book, or we say e-book, and digital library. We have to see whether the traditional printed books would fade out in the mist of history, or they will survive the high tides of electronic and digital revolution. We have to see the symbolic relationship that the traditional and new medium can establish for the survival of book culture in the information and digital age. Influence of electronic and digital technology may lead to less paper society, but both books and electronic documents are going to stay side by side, and each has a definite role to play in information communication. Today, we are having internet as a powerful tool of communication. Radio, TV, and newspapers are also important disseminating agencies for the dissemination of information. Digital books offer new opportunities for access to knowledge at reduced costs and over wide geographical areas. Traditional printed books are still powerful and standing the test of time. All forms of books make a valuable contribution to education and dissemination of culture and information. We talk about information or knowledge explosion, but there are certain geographical areas where there is information or knowledge scarcity, or we can say information drought. The people of these areas don't have the access even to printed page, and there is no question of access to digital or electronic page. Books and libraries will survive for all the times to come, but in different formats. Presently, we are having electronic libraries and electronic books. Libraries were in existence even during the time of ancient civilizations of Babylonia, Mesopotamia, Assyria, etc. The meaning of the word library has changed in recent times. So far, this word has been used for organized collection of books for consulting and reading purposes. Now it can be described as the organized collection of books, documents, and non-book materials. Dear viewers, the records of thinking were preserved by one generation for the other and thus passed on to posterity. What we have today is undoubtedly the result of thousands of years of thinking, experimentation, and rethinking. There were darker times too, as many civilizations got devastated prematurely. But despite all the setbacks, the human race continued to grow and multiply the available knowledge. We usually term the current rate of knowledge growth as information revolution and consider it a contemporary phenomenon, but its roots are there in history. The information revolution did not start in 21st century we are passing through. It began when the hunter painted pictures of animals on the walls of his cave. It took a step forward when speech was invented, and further when early societies carved symbols first on stone, then on pottery, papyrus, palm leaf, birch, bark, cloth, and paper to record individual impressions. Many media of communication have been used for transfer of information. The earlier ones had durability but lacked portability. This was achieved with the invention of paper. Even after the invention of paper, we now use electronic media, which contributed in the reduction of size of documents and made mass transfer of information possible. The electronic media has the capability to store, manipulate, and transfer information in the form of text as well as audio visuals. It is also possible to combine both of them. Multimedia can be cited as example. Presently, we are having audiovisual multimedia libraries in large academic organizations like universities, IITs, and other specialized educational organizations. They have separate audiovisual divisions, sections in their central libraries. Dear viewers, when the Library of Alexandria was attacked and its collection was thrown away in the river Nile, it stopped the flow of water. In India, the University of Nalanda had an 8-storied library building. Does it mean that 2000 centuries ago the quantum of the knowledge available was so large? This was because the bulk of documents were in the form of stones, clay tablets, and tree leaves. With the explosion of knowledge, or we can say information explosion, the traditional libraries of today face a serious problem of shortage of space. This is going to be more serious if suitable steps are not taken at the appropriate time. Paper has undoubtedly been the companion of learners and the main medium of communication of ideas for more time in comparison to any other medium. But the improved technology for storage and dissemination of information has made available a wide range of products that accommodate a fairly large body of information. The advance in electronics and telecommunications has brought newer technology capable of accommodating very large quantities of information in a very little space. Dear viewers, let me mention it here that great books of great men will survive for all times to come, whether they are in print media or in electronic media. Their readers enjoy their reading. Electronic library and technological development in recent times cannot be ignored, but let us keep our heads fixed firmly on our shoulders. There is a danger that in our pursuit for digital electronic information system, we may tend to ignore our traditional print on paper libraries, which still constitute the overwhelming majority of the library population. They will continue to serve the requirements of their less privileged clients to the best of their abilities for many years to come. I would like to mention that information technology should not be considered as a challenge to the survival of the books and libraries, but as a boon, making the library work more efficient, fast, and accurate from where no user will go unsatisfied. Dear viewers, after radio, television, satellite television, and cable channels, we have the internet, and that has been seen as a challenge to the survival of books and traditional libraries. Some professionals fear that computers and bookstores will increasingly draw library users away from libraries. Dear viewers, let me tell that these fears, what in precise terms could be called techno fears, are like what we have been termed as pre-metamorphic shocks, shocks that are felt much before change actually takes place. The question arises, should we fear the internet and take it as a challenge to traditional books and libraries or not? The birth of electronic book is also being seen as a challenge to the traditional book and libraries, notwithstanding the fact that the importance of digital libraries has been recognized by all the nations of the world. To my understanding, establishment of alternative sources of information should not be a cause of anxiety for the people. Libraries have been offering internet access to the people for several years and have found that instead of replacing conventional use of library, electronic access has stimulated book borrowing, browsing, and use of printed material. The question arises, are the electronic books going to change the traditional spectrum of books and libraries, or it is going to add some more colors to it? Electronic books in some way will compete with the traditional printed books. The developments of writing systems, scripts, and printed books are, in spite of new technologies, among the greatest achievements of mankind. It has taken more than 5 centuries for the traditional book technology to evolve, and at present e-book cannot beat traditional book as reading technology. The tidal changes that have been taking place in the development of information need to be understood in their right perspective. Instead of watching these changes as mute spectators, plans need to be drafted for adopting the technological advancement in our academic libraries. It is true, it will take some time for electronic book or Kindle Reader or Kindle Fire to reach in a big way in developing countries, and the traditional book will continue to dominate the academic libraries. But to make our academic libraries viable, there is need for adopting the modernity with tradition. Lastly, once again, I wish you a happy World Book and Copyright Day. Hope we will take pleasure of reading best-selling books during COVID-19 at your home. Hope to overcome these difficult times soon. Thank you very much.